dokie, my little artichokies. We are going to do our decodable reader today. We have 2 letters this week that we are focusing on. F says and R says F and R. So let's sound out some of these words that we are going to need in this story. We'll start with this one. This one's a name, so it's a capital R. Help me sound it out. On. Ron. The name is Ron. Let's sound out this word. Ed. Fed. In. Fin. Am. Ram. An. Ran. Ed. Red. Odd. Rod. So let's sound those out again. We have Ron, fed, fin, ram, ran, red, rod. Ron is a name. Fed means you gave something food. Like I bet if you had a dog that you fed it this morning. Fin is something on a fish. It's like their arms, but they have a fin. A ram is a boy sheep. A boy sheep. Ran means to walk quick, right? Like I ran away when we played tag. Red is a color, and rod is usually a long pole, so maybe a fishing pole or a pole that you make something out of. So a rod. All right? Our sight words this week, we have 2 sight words, he and with. Let's write he in the air. Help me get your finger out. Tell me the letter names as we write them. H-E spells he. Let's write with. W-I-T-H spells with. He, with. And let's practice our sight words from before. A, and, go, see, to, you. Good job. So he, with. Those are our sight words this week. Here is our story. We're going to start by reading the title. Help me sound it out. On, run. Remember, that's a name. So run, am, ram. Ron Ram. Title of this story is Ron Ram. I'm going to guess that this is probably Ron Ram right here. Looks like a sheep. It's got its little horns. That is a ram, and I bet his name is Ron. Let's count the words in the title. I see 1 word, 2 words. There are 2 words in the title. Ron Ram. Too far. There we go. So, do you know the sight word? Can you see on, run, am, ram? And that's a question, so we'll go back and read it as a question. Can you see Ron Ram? Ed, Ned, can see on, run, am, ram. Let's read that sentence. Ned can see Ron Ram. Good, now let's go back and read that whole page. Can you see Ron Ram? Ned can see Ron Ram. Ed, Ned can go, here's our sight word this week, with on, Ron, am, Ram. Let's read that sentence. Ned can go with Ron Ram. Here's our other sight word for the week. He can sit on, top. Let's read that sentence. He can sit on top. Good. Let's go back and read that whole page. Ned can go with Ron Ram. He can sit on top. All right, help me sound this one out. On, Ron, am, Ram, can see ed, red, bin. Let's read that sentence. Ron Ram can see a red bin. Ed, Ned can dip, odd, rod. Ned can dip a rod. Good, let's go back and read this whole page. Ron Ram can see a red bin. Ned can dip a rod. On, Ron, am, Ram, an, ran, to, it. Ron Ram ran to it. Can, Ed, Ned, at, pat, it. And let's make it a question. Can Ned pat it? Good, let's read this whole page. Ron Ram ran to it. Can Ned pat it? Help me sound it out. Ed, Ned, and on, Ron, am, Ram, Ed, bed, Ed, Ted. Ned and Ron Ram fed Ted. Good job, friends. Let's go back and now we're going to reread the whole story. I'm going to go back to the title and help me read. Ron Ram. Can you see Ron Ram? Ned can see Ron Ram. Ned can go with Ron Ram. He can sit on top. Ron Ram can see a red fin. Ned can dip a rod. Ron Ram ran to it. Can Ned pat it? Ned and Ron Ram fed Ted. Good reading, friends. I am impressed if you are following along and sounding out all the words with me. Good work.